Good morning, traders. Hope you're having a good start to your day. BigBeat, how's your day going?
I'm good, man. Look, the markets are starting to get a little bit into whack. They're waiting on one thing, obviously, right? They're waiting on Apple today. But, for me, I think that the volume is doing what it normally does in September and October. It's slowing up a little bit, and we're becoming stock pickers again as the market's higher. Now, look, gold's still pushing higher, but for me, I think that there's some profit taking today, and I think that's what you're going to see all day today.
Okay, futures are modestly green. S&P 500 up about 10 basis points. NASDAQ 100 up about 20 basis points. Dow Jones up 10 basis points. Also, 10-year sits near 4.07, while gold, as Steve mentioned, keeps ripping at or near fresh records, approaching 3,700 as the dollar continues to ease. Tape still leaning to a 25 basis points cut on September 17th, but the chatter about 50 keeps on cracking up. BigBeat, quick gut check. Do you fade a rate cut pop next week or lean into it?
Hank was asking me that on Roxham yesterday, and the rate cuts, all three of them, I think, as I said, are already baked into this market on 10 ways to Sunday. So no, I don't think so. A 50 basis point cut, you might as well just close up your books and you're done for the year because the market's going to crash or be short, right? So I'm not. Wow, oil just popped there, pretty heavy there. Wow, almost 40 cents a barrel there. Look, it's very simple. The rate cuts are there for a reason because we're having trouble. So no, I don't think so.
All right. JP Morgan's trading desk warns that the first cut could be a sell the news moment given the stretch positioning, softer buybacks, and fading retail option flow. That's their tactical caution. Even as they like AI as the backbone theme and suggest gold diversification. Steve, from a macro look here, we've got NFIB, BLS, jobs. We got the small business optimism. It's supposed to come in at 100.8 versus 100.3. You got BLS, if the website works, at 10 a.m. here this morning. Street is braced for downward revisions, which would underscore the cooling labor backdrop that's already pushing yields lower and gold higher. Any of these you're looking at, Steve?
I mean, I think for those people like yourself who are looking to refi, maybe. I'm looking at the 10-year forward curve here, and 4.5% on the 30-year, and I guess the 3-year now sitting at 3.481. So, I mean, the difference between the 15, the 10, and the 20 and the 30 are 4.06 to 4.714. So not much change there, right? No, money's not. Bond market's not. It's not healthy, right? We know that it's been that way for a while now. So I'm just really keeping my eye here on the bond market.
We have that at 1 p.m. We'll have a $58 billion 3-year note auction. So we'll see what the duration appetite is like.
Yeah, I think the question there is the directs and the indirects. I just don't think the directs are quite there yet. What's the appetite for the institutions? Probably not much. I'll wait till Rick Santelli grades the auction. But yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. We do have some movers today to talk about. Of course, Apple is off slightly the pre-market into the dropping 1 p.m. event. Street expects 4 iPhones headlined by a thinner iPhone Air. The bigger question is pricing. Several desks thinks 2025 could be the first cycle in years with meaningful list price hikes on some of the models and some of the storage mix there, Steve. What are you watching for with Apple today?
If you have a chart, bring up a 1-hour chart on Apple. Bring up MACD on it too as well, and linear regression, which you look there, you do. We're looking pretty like it could go north here a little bit more. 240, 250, somewhere around that range. We're 237.31 on the 1 hour. If you look at a monthly chart of Apple, we are pretty heavy there, but it's also saying that it might be preparing for a move to the upside for a longer term. Now, on the weekly chart there, it looks a little toppy. and on the daily chart, it's definitely toppy. But if you're a short-term trader and you're looking to play this today, something going on in the oil market here, then definitely, right? Looks like there's some oil being bought here down here at 62.80, got to 63.60 there. Qs are dropping here a little bit here, early morning trade here too as well, expecting that. You know, Apple and Nvidia, these companies are the biggest parts of the markets. So, you know, that's a big question mark. I don't know. Let's wait. I want to watch this. I want to watch it today. I actually, you know, I think you and I talked about the phone in general, whether or not this is something that I could move over from Samsung, finally make that move. My wife told me flat out last night, no way will you move over. I don't think you'll do it. Is that a challenge? I don't know. Look, you know, my phone is something that I use 24/7. It's stuck in my ear, and it's a business thing too, right? I'm not there to play on my phone, right? I rarely play with my phone. It's mostly for taking pictures, making sure that my friends see what's going on in my life, so I don't have, when I see them, they know what's going on, as well as business. So for me, I'm not playing Candy Crush or whatever the games are. I'm just not doing that, and because of that, you know, can Apple keep up with me? You know, I have an iPad here. I've got the Apple Vision Pro to make sure that everything works with the Quasar. And it's really right now, it's whether or not that the machine can handle me. And I do like this Air, the iPhone Air. A lot of people need that. You know, I was with my godkids over the weekend, and you know, they don't have a phone. They don't need a massive phone. So guess what? If they're just playing little games and they're having, you know, keeping in touch, then that phone, they don't need an iPhone Air. So there could be a lot of people that need the iPhone Air instead. So yeah, that could be
that average price though up about $100. Do you fade the event, or do you think they still buy them?
I don't think people care about the price. Look, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they're all, you know, pricing in. You know, I can get the new phone whenever I want to. I pay what, $35 some extra a month. You know, for me last year, I didn't get the new Samsung, right? I didn't do it because I didn't think there was a big enough change. If Apple does not show me something cool today, then I would probably stick with the new Samsung, because why? You don't have a 200 megapixel camera, right? And everybody talks to me all the time. They're all saying the same thing. Hey, you know what, Steve, take a picture, because your phone does a much better job taking pictures than mine of an Apple, right? Get rid. So, you know, I understand that. So yeah, but also there it is. We're seeing already that Wedbush says Apple has managed tariffs well, but expects the iPhone Pro and Pro Max prices to rise by $50 to $100. That's really not a lot considering how much tariffs are. So they can't get around the tariffs too much. They're probably sharing that cost with, like I said, T-Mobile, AT&T. The user will probably pay at the back end. Guess what? We pay the tariffs, right? It's not paid by the countries. It's not paid by, we pay them. Apple's not going to pay them, right? Apple needs that cash. They like that cash flow. So no, I don't think that's the case. I like this here. Apple dropping a little bit too.
Yep. Dell down a minor dip after CFO Yvonne McGill resigns. Guidance was reaffirmed, and David Kennedy is stepping in as the interim CFO. Street seems to be focused on AI server demand versus any governance signal. Company said no disagreement on financials or controls, so this wasn't because of any issues. But down about 1.11% here. Dell's been getting hit pretty hard here since joining the S&P, huh?
They have been. I'll tell you, I'm in the market over the next few months to getting a new computer, and I'm not buying a cheap one, right? I'm buying a $4,000 to $5,000 one. So you know, my old computer is a Dell, and it's worked like a champ, right? I think it was the whole adage about, oh, computers are dead. I don't think so. Majority of us live at home. We sleep at home. We eat at home. We live at home. And yes, while you have your phone, you know, you need a powerful machine in a home, right? Your laptops can't keep up with that. Your laptops makes you mobile. Oh well, my laptop, but no, you can't have the big NVIDIA card, a big AMD chipset in your laptop. Yeah, you could probably do it, but good God, it's expensive, right? So the NVIDIA chipset for your desktop is what keeps your video going, and is your building videos. So yeah, I think Dell's still okay. Yeah, I get it. It was up to what 140ish something, and now we're down to 121.
142.
Yeah, I don't see much of a pullback here. I will say, if you look at a daily chart on Dell, it is interesting to me here. It is at linear regression, and if you look at the ultimate MACD, I don't know if you've got ultimate MACD on your screen there, but I do like this setup in the future. But I think there are better plays in Dell out there right now. Volume is only 5.19 million shares, and average volume is 5.71. So you're not really seeing much. Market cap of Dell is 83 billion, right? I mean, Warren Buffett could shake out his jeans and goodbye Dell. So that's not a big deal.
Another high flyer today is Nebius, monster pre-market on a 17.4 billion up to 19.4 billion multi-year AI compute lease to Microsoft tied to a Vinland, New Jersey GPU data center. Its contract is bigger than the market cap of the company right now, Steve. Haven't seen
Not
that
anymore.
very often.
Yeah, not anymore. The market cap of the company is 15 billion. Right now, the volume is 23 million at $97. I think I got a pretty good feeling what I'm going to do today if that continues. I don't see that being a look. You've also got to execute. Microsoft will make them execute. No problem there, but it's a little pricey. It's a little out of whack here. Okay. You want to talk about a stock that was really that we were on top of, and we nailed it with the sell-off as CoreWeave. CoreWeave now at $100.
All of the Bitcoin mining companies up significantly today. Galaxy Digital up 7.35, Cipher up 8.16, Iron up over 10%. So CoreWeave actually a laggard in the market today, up 4%, which is crazy. But yeah, all the Bitcoin mining companies, all of the crypto names for some reason, with Bitcoin not really bouncing up, or Ethereum, all up tremendously today. Most of them, they're dominating the green on the board here this morning, from TerraWolf to Hut, like I said, to Applied Digital, to CoreWeave, to Galaxy, to Cipher, to Iron, and Core Scientific. All of them nicely up here today.
Yeah, I mean, with CoreWeave, with me, I mean, under $90 was too cheap for me. That was silly. Now we're back over 100. So yeah.
Yep. One of the other big movers today is a merger here in the copper world. We've had our friend Mr. Thomas talk about everything going on when it comes to copper. Tech and Anglo American, $53 billion merger of equals to form Anglo Tech, a copper-centric heavyweight, $800 million in annual synergy target. And Anglo shareholders will have 62.4% of the new company. A $4.5 billion dividend has been flagged in. These are Chile mines. They drive operational benefits. Shares up on both sides. You liking this one, Steve?
100%. You've got the metals narrative, which we like. You've heard that straight from Peter. Thomas told you that. He's warned you about gold going higher, right? He nailed that. Told you copper was going higher. Gave his narrative based on California, based on need for copper around the world, based on air conditioning, based on, oh my God, everything else, right? And then you have lower rates. So borrowing money is a lot cheaper. Great, as rates come down. Now, this is not, when I say lower rates, I'm not talking about lower rates for homes and real estate. Right. I'm talking about big purchases. The more that the rates come down, these bigger mergers can happen, and this is what's happening. And this makes a perfect sense. Tech Resources is a big company, and of course, Anglo obviously being a very large mining company. Let me put this perspective: Tech Resources is $17.17 billion, right? $17 billion. So that's half the size of Dell, which puts computers in everybody's hands, right? That's copper. So if you look at Anglo, and you look at Anglo Gold Ashanti, 31 billion. So you've got a company now worth roughly $50 billion. Two companies, two copper and of course gold now with both of those. I like this Anglo move, AU. I like this a lot actually. Now the problem with Anglo right now is that it's on an all-time high. I guess close, and it's closing in on the all-time high. You have to go back all the way to, my goodness, 1983 to get this high. So folks, if you think that the world is going to end tomorrow, then yes, this is great. But you could find a nice short in Anglo Ashanti.
Nice. Another one moving up here on earnings just before we came on is Corn Ferry here, up about 5.02%.
Corn Ferry, yeah.
Yeah. Pivoting to consulting and HR. Sales came in at $715.5 million, up nearly 5% year on year, beating expectations. Fly in the ointment, though, is guidance. Management sees $700 million in sales next quarter, below consensus. Margins are steady at 11.7. Big picture, mid cap around $3.8 billion in market cap. Investors don't seem to mind the cautious guidance. The shares have popped up. What do you think about Corn Ferry here?
$3.8 billion market cap. If you multiply that by 10, you've got a Dell. You multiply that by 60, you've got a copper mine. Corn Ferry really doesn't sit on my radar at all. I'll tell you, to be honest with you, to me, it looks like a huge short to me. I will tell you the average volume on it is 305,000 shares a day, and the volume already is 739,000 shares. So nobody cares, and nobody cares. So why is it the New York Stock Exchange? I'm not really sure. So it's holding its numbers. It does do a Corn Ferry. They do a golf outing, but that's just not.
Another moving in the pre-market is Cognite. Their quarter two guidance revenue of about $97.5 million, up 15.5%, has them moving this morning. Also, guidance midpoint ranged to $397 billion. So again, AI moving to the upside this morning. The other one that was moving early today is SailPoint.
Cognite's down 4.4% here pre-market. Yeah. Again, it's not even $1 billion company. It's trying, right? So I'm not really sure about Cognite just yet.
And then you've got Enterprise Security. SailPoint posted a very strong quarter two. Their ARR hit $982 million, up 28% year over year. Revenue climbed 33% to $264, and subscription revenue was up 36%. Their full year revenue now looking to come in just above $1.05 billion. And the CEO framed it around AI demand is booming as enterprises need to secure not just human users, but also machine identities in the AI first world.
AI is dead, right? AI is dead. AI is dead. AI is dead. I keep hearing that, Howard, but I'm not seeing that.
Yeah. So we are about 12 minutes from the open here, tick slightly down, advanced declines up about 723. SPY now flat on the day, Q's up slightly, gold to 36.53, silver at 41.12. What else are you watching today, Steve?
Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, Howard, but I'm watching Hood this morning. Yesterday it closed near the high of the day, 117.28. The high of the day was 117.30. It's going to open here around 116-ish, 116.30 right now is where we're sitting. Look, yesterday's volume was 102 million. Average is 41 million. This is a $104 billion company. I don't believe it is, right? Is this company better and bigger than everything else out there? I don't think so, right? 10 times this will be $1 trillion company, all right? I just don't think that's the case. So I think Hood is overvalued. I get it that there's going to be betting. But when you don't pay for things, you are the product. So the question mark is where is the selling here? And I have a 1 minute chart up on Hood here a little bit. So do I think there's be more pullback here? Yeah, I do actually. I think we'll probably see one in the 115, 114 handle here today.
A lot of the selling yesterday was Kathy Woods, who sold 43,728 shares from her next generation ETF after it rose 15.8% from their buy-in.
Yep. Finally, Kathy wins. Oh my. We should have a national holiday here. That's not normal for her. She's not been winning too much lately. We're hearing reports in Mexico City. Okay, okay. Israeli military announcing a strike targeting Hamas's senior leadership. Explosions here now in Qatar. So it looks like that was it's still ongoing there in Hamas. 116 a quarter now, sitting on Robinhood here.
Steve, another one we have, Aquarian looking to buy Bright House with Gulf backers. Aquarian Holdings, a U.S. insurance-focused investment firm active in the reinsurance and asset management, is in late-stage talks to acquire Bright House Financial BHF, one of the last big independent U.S. life insurers, financing being backed by the UAE Sovereign Fund and Qatar's Investment Authority. Looks like insurance is still valuable, huh?
Insurance. That's why I'm saying, right? I think that the insurance world is going to consolidate quite heavily, and there's a really good place for this kind of consolidation. As rates get cheaper, you're starting to see this now. So yeah,
nice move up to $49 there. Right now, we got a mixed bag. About half of the sectors in the S&P 500 going to open red, half of them green. So it does look like a mixed day. All of rates have moved back up, 30-year up almost a half a percentage point here, 47 basis points back to 4.7. 10-year at 4.05 here. And as I mentioned, there's the 3-year auction coming up later today. We'll see what we get there. DXY at 97.49. So it went way down yesterday below the levels that Mr. Flanagan was safe with, that 97.26. So yep. King dollar has not returned, that's for sure.
No, it's getting look, I don't want a strong dollar. I want a weaker dollar to make our products cheaper. We've got some major problems, right? And that's one of them. So I'm okay with a weak dollar. Looking at AppLovin here, APP, yesterday up almost 12%, right? Now down a little bit. So this could be another one that we could take a break here too today.
Oracle does have earnings today, is the other sort of big news to keep an eye on. Up about 1 percentage point headed into their earnings today after hours. It's declining about 675 here.
Yeah, AppLovin dropping a little more here now. Had a feeling that was kind of the case there. Got about 5 minutes now.
Yep. We'll say it. EchoStar moving up again today in the pre-market after its gains yesterday, 13% up another 3 today. Same thing, GSAT, Global Star, up a 6.54 today after being up 6.71 yesterday. On the other side of that, ASTS, after being down about 1.65 yesterday, down another 2.8, almost 3% here today. Steve mentioned CoreWeave now up 7.2%. Nice move to the upside.
Yeah, but I thought that was for me. That was
Ethereum treasury companies SharpLink also up 4% here today after being up almost 5% yesterday. Mine was also up pretty well too. Yeah, yesterday 4%, today 3%. Seem to be stalling out though. Iron, the big winner again on the crypto mining side, up at 9.97%, approaching its 52-week high of 30. AVGO keeps moving to the upside too, up 10% yesterday, up another 1.12 here. You can see tried to get up to the highs of yesterday, 355.75, before falling back down. Synopsys, chip manufacturer, also has earnings tonight after the bell.
Lululemon popping back up a little bit after that big sell-off the other day. If you look at a daily chart, it did come back a bit. That is a big gap, all the way back to 186. So that's a big gap to fill there. If you look at a daily chart, it could possibly be setting up there to push back up a little bit. The 1 hour chart is a little weak. Yeah.
I see a lower high today versus yesterday. That doesn't show any
don't,
strength to me.
Yeah. There's not much, the guidance was really bad on it too, right? If you look at a weekly chart, I mean, you're going back all the way back to 2018 here. Is the athleisure world over? Probably not, right? I mean, especially.
But
I mean,
but here's what it is people are buying everything else now. Everybody's closed the gap. They had a moat that during COVID that nobody else had, and it took off. And now, like other COVID plays, it has played itself out, like Peloton and so many others.
Come on, Bitcoin. Bitcoin trying back at 113 there. What's holding it down there today?
Volume. No volume.
No volume. Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
No volume. Follow through.
Agreed. Yeah, I think we've seen the same thing. No volume.
Yeah, it just hits the same spot of resistance and it comes right back down. Just range. They're range traded. Tick's been staying pretty negative here. It seems to be falling off a little bit here this morning. With that being said, SPY did go just slightly positive here, 2 minutes from the open. Q's up still 12 basis points. Trying to break through VWAP here as we get ready for the market open. Apple's the talk of the day, 1 o'clock, down about 44 basis points moving into it. You don't usually see Apple moving down into these things. It's usually a sell the news the second it starts.
Yeah.
A little different.
All right, we got about 2 minutes here. I think we're in the countdown, minute and a half here to go. I'm really having struggled here to find something to play with right now.
Steve, UNH Nice continues to bounce back. They had news today, said that they are seeing good signups for all levels of the insurance plans so far here early in the season. Back up to 332.45 here, up 3.71% this morning.
All right, I'm keeping my eye on Tesla here on the 10-second chart. I know that's a fast moving chart today. I'm not liking Tesla here.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got here.
That lows of the morning, pretty much.
Yeah. Tesla pushing a little bit this morning. There it goes, 348.80.
We are open.
349.70, and I'm going to start to sell it a little short here. Couldn't move fast enough. I'm now short. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Oh, okay. There you go, baby. Whoa. There you go, baby. Come on. Oh, mamma mia.
Fighting.
I'm taking that profit.
There you go. Dow Jones
Move there
up
on Tesla. I had a
about
big
4
feeling.
basis points here. SPY down. Well, now positive. Q's up 10 basis points, but falling a little bit here as we open up. Ruts down 11 basis points.
Oh, look at Tesla popping back up there. I had a feeling that was the case. Look at that. It was an easy, quick move, very fast on the open. Some profit taking, probably. It's probably still setting up for another sell there. Let's keep our eye on Hood here a little bit. That was a nice win this morning. Look at Hood, 117.15, 117.05. I will keep my eye on Hood this morning. I think you can pretty much start to fade the Hood a bit. Not made the move yet. So I'm keeping my eye here on 117.20. Keeping my eye on 117.50. Keep my eye on the Qs at the same time, 117.61. And oh, too fast. Way too fast here. Let's try it one more time, see if I can get a pop up there to the upside, and then I'm going to try to sell that puppy. Yeah. 117.50 seems to be. Let's try it one more time. Come on, get back up there. Get back up there, Hood. You know, give it to me.
Trying.
Patience is the key, folks. Patience is the key. All right, I'm short now on Hood here. Yep, that's what I figured. Yeah. Yeah, look at that, baby. Look at that, baby. Go back down there. Do that again.
There you go.
There we go, baby. There we go. Oh, man. Drop it again.
Apple has seen a buy of that dip, now only down 10 basis points here this morning, 237.60 going into their day.
Heck of a morning here, Howard. Even with one I did not expect. Let's keep our eye here on Apple. I really want to keep my eye on Apple here. See how people are positioning on their Apple here. Yeah, it's very flat, huh?
Yep.
Ticked up 311. Bitcoin's holding at 112.8. I mean, it's nothing really going on there. Everybody's waiting on these on Apple's morning here. There's the drop in Hood. And taking the profit. Kaboom. That's it. I'm out. Look at that. It's too easy sometimes. Could almost do it again here, Howard. It seems very weak up here on Hood.
There it goes to the downside.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Congrats, everybody. If you listened on this one, this was an easy one, I thought, to me. It was very weak up there. And there's, well, under 116 now. Ouch. Had it. I was right. It was pretty obvious what was going on there. Profit taking happening everywhere now on that one.
Yeah, approaching all-time highs.
Yeah. Got out just a wee bit early, but that's okay by me.
Absolutely. Q's holding up. Everything's holding up. Tick's been slightly negative, so it's bigger caps are holding up. Nvidia up a 0.5 percentage point. Microsoft up a 0.5 percentage point. Meta up.
CoreWeave up 9% here. Whew.
That's only up almost.
I think Ron, you should be happy about CoreWeave, huh? I think you're in CoreWeave too. I mean, anything under 90 to me was just asinine. I thought it was too cheap. 102 now, 102.02 now, 102.07. Yeah, that's a nice little. You know, look, wasn't trying to catch a knife down there, but I just thought that sell-off was just a little bit too much. Yeah, the weekly chart looks really good on CoreWeave. Whew. Daily chart is telling you just about everything you need to know. You're very welcome, Marilyn. Palantir doing the same thing. 159 up now about 2% here. So yeah.
Alibaba up another 3.67 here at 52-week highs.
Same thing, Ron. I do the same thing, my man. You know, look, when you play with numbers as big as we do, it makes me nervous. So I have to keep my sizes. But I'm really liking UNH here at 330.
Coinbase
nice little pop.
3.43%.
If UNH can make this pop here, move a little bit. Look, we can get to 374 here. $40 move here. It could easily do it. Royal Caribbean here, going back to those, 52-week ranges, 366 or 351. You know, there's a drop on those earnings that under 300. I made a mistake not to get back in. For those of you know, during COVID, I was buying Royal Caribbean under 100. Remember those days, Howard? Yeah. Yeah. Hood now at 116.50, so it's found its range, I think, for the day. Hood's a fun one to play today. Look at that angle there on that one. Oof.
Albemarle down 12% here today, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I really want to get into it. Yeah, I really do. I really want to get into Albemarle again, but I just can't pull it because lithium battery. Now, I'll tell you the problem with batteries right now is Chinese. They are getting very good at battery tech.
Tick minus 234, advanced decline minus 5.
36.64 now on gold. Is that for real? Oh, yeah. My goodness gracious. Man, the pawn shops are looking good right about now. Wait till the pawn shops get knocked over. That's how you know gold's going well.
Steve, you got a couple of IPOs this week. You're going to be watching any of those? You have Klarna, you have Gemini, and I'm forgetting one third one.
Gemini might be an interesting. Klarna, I mean, pay now, pay later, pay whenever. I don't, those bother me.
Yeah, not a fan.
I understand why they do it, but it's just robbing people to PayPal, to be honest with you.
Oracle now down a half percentage point going into their earnings this evening. Planet Labs given up a big part of their gains yesterday. They were up tremendously
Down
on their
451
earnings.
there.
Now
Gotta be
down
careful.
about 450.
All right, there goes Hood, 117. 117, 16
There's
on
some
Hood.
profit taken on Nebius here, now only up 40%.
Hood's getting interesting again up there at 117.
SBT taking off again, up 4.66%. So those crypto names with some profit taking, but now they're starting to pick back up here again.
Oh, Hood, you beat me to it. I was trying to short you. Q's dropping now.
It's
Yeah,
going
Hood.
down about 450 here. So yeah, we're seeing some profit taking continue. Dow Jones has gone negative on the day. SPY still up about 4 basis points, and the Q's up 11. Yeah, Ron pointing out BYD big in there. The bigger news though was that the main Chinese lithium battery company announced that they have a surplus, so they have plenty of lithium batteries for people. Yeah, CATL is China's largest battery maker. They resumed production at their lithium mine that had been suspended. Suspended on August 9th for a license expiration had caused the lithium futures to spike, but now we're seeing that across the board. Tick still negative about 230 now. Advanced decline going further to the downside now, down 800. So again, pre-market we were up nicely. SPY's gone back to the green here. Mag 7, everything except for Apple in the green. So
Oh, shoot.
energy sector, the big winner so far today, up 1.34%. On the other side of that, industrial sector down about 63 basis points here. So those two seem to be the laggard and the gainer this morning. DXY has trying to regain 97.50 here. $30-year pushing back up a little bit here, 4.71. Same thing, 10-year seems to have bottomed and now starting to pick up a little bit here. VIX pretty stable at 1538. Not a big move one way or the other. Bitcoin trying to break back above 113 here, but struggling, like I said. That's sort of the area. Same thing, Ethereum at 4360. 4390 has been real resistance for it here this morning. Solana did have the most momentum earlier, 217.89, so pushing back up on that 219 resistance. If it breaks that, it should run right to 225. Chainlink 2380 is the key resistance to watch today. So a lot of crypto coming up on key resistance here without the volume so far to get through it. Fox down about 6.51% here this morning. Sale Point down about 7.26 after their earnings. Open Door, who had been down pretty big in the pre-market, now up 3.56%. So that's moving to the upside. CVS having a pretty good day too, up about 1.17%. Little profit taking on CoreWeave here, now up 8.33%. Liberty Global, nice move up today, 6.54%. Q unable to hold above 580 here. That's been sort of the battleground it's been playing against. Tick still minus 200 here. Advanced decline now negative 1175. So profit taking definitely hitting across most of these here. Home builders getting hit here. Lennar down about 1.59%.
I need to
green to red here, Steve.
I need to step off, Howard, for a few minutes, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, sir. So we do have tick down about 31 here. Advanced decline down about 1,000 DXY, back even on the day at 97.44. So a little bit of stabilization there. Dow Jones has gone neutral on the day here. SPY is up 4 basis points, but doesn't seem to have much juice going right now. Same thing with the Qs, up 13 basis points, but not having a lot of juice as we keep moving. What does have juice? Gold nicely moving to the upside here. Another strong, looks strong on all the different time frames here. Higher highs, higher lows on the daily chart here, last 4 days. Hourly chart still has room to the top of the linear regression around 36.81. And even you can see the 5-minute keeps bouncing off of VWAP and moving nicely to the top. So gold's still the main alpha to watch here today. Bitcoin trying to get back up. As I said, crypto was hitting the same sort of resistance areas that we saw here earlier as the sort of European markets opened up around 3. So we'll see what we get here on those. Delta Airlines down about 1% here, moving to the downside. We also see John Deere down about 1.2%. Dollar Tree down 2.38%. Robinhood now down to 115.62. Steve should have stayed in those shorts. Look at that move to the downside. Now down 1.42%. As we do see the expected profit taking as you got right up towards its all-time highs. JP Morgan is up about a 0.5 percentage point today, so banks getting a little bit of love. Talked about the Bitcoin mining companies being up today. Mara now up 2.11%. Nice move above 15 here. Chinese companies looking strong today too. PDD up 97 basis points. Palantir, as Steve mentioned, up about 1.5% today. Seems to be holding its 50-day MA very nicely. Okay, that is going to do it for us this morning on Quasar Markets. Everybody have a fantastic morning, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow to see you.